What's going on, Capricorn? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of December 5th through the 11th. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling good. This is going to be, we have a great time, Capricorn. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a self-growth spread. And this is just any ways that we can help get you closer to your higher self and just embody the great Capricorn that I know that you and I both know you are, Capricorn. And I'll be pulling 10 cards for that, and we'll be doing clarifications along the way. And, of course, a good old surprise card, because who doesn't love that? And in case y'all were curious, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. It is a modern and diverse version of the Rider-Waite deck, so hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I've been so far. And I've included in the description box below all the links for all the different decks that I use in case you want to get your own. Just have fun with it, Capricorn. But let's get into your first card here. First card is going to represent the past and where you've been on this journey so far. So, higher self. Where has Capricorn been on this journey up until now? What kind of past experience have shaped them up to this present moment? Let's see what's been cooking. What you been up to in the past, Capricorn? Oh, okay. Capricorn, that's what I'm talking about. Look at you, because this is your card, Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles, resourceful as F. That's what I'm talking about. Queen of Pentacles is I love describing her, how she works here, because her intuition is, it's unique amongst the queens. You know, all the queens have a little unique twist, but with hers, it's like you would look at her and think, man, how is the Queen of Pentacles so lucky? She's like, psh, luck ain't got nothing to do with it. She reads the energy here, so you saw that? She wasn't worried. She feels the energy out, and she sees when the stars are starting to align there. She's just like, oh, we gonna act there. I'm gonna invest there. We're gonna do this here. She's proactive. You know, she's not the type. She doesn't wait for things to happen for her. You know, she's the one that's gonna make it happen in good or in bad times. The energy is always gonna play out in her favor, and that's where I feel like you're coming from, Capricorn. You're coming from this place of really, I really feel like you're starting to get kind of command over yourself and really kind of feel maybe how your intuition is working here, which if so, awesome. If not, this is within you, Capricorn. Excuse me. And this is something that all of us have access to. Intuition looks different on everybody. But the fact that she's popping up here, it shows me that, you know what, our talks up until now, they're starting to settle in. And that's awesome, because you got tier 2, she's got a little water and a little air, or excuse me, a little earth in her chart. So she's taking all her feelings there, she's feeling it all out, and then she's grounding it. And that's pretty much Capricorn energy to a T. You're taking that energy and you're materializing this stuff. So again, if you haven't been feeling like this, if you haven't been resonating with this energy so far, it's all within us, but this energy in particular, this is all you, Capricorn, all day. So no, your rabbit knows. I had to find a name for this guy, dude. Henry? We're not sure yet. I'm going through this thing. I'm naming like all the queen's animals, but that's the nature of my problem. Let's move on to the present stuff here, because that's, what a strong start, Capricorn. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to your present here, because, yeah, I'm excited. Let's see, higher self, where's Capricorn at right now? Because I've seen where they've been, and that's, I like what I see. Let's see what's, oh, yeah, okay. All right, Capricorn. So we have the 5 of Cups here. And with the 5 of Cups, I feel like right now we're getting at this place. Maybe we've been on a roll and we've had to kind of, maybe we've been leaning into this thing maybe a little too much in the sense, or not even necessarily this energy, but something in the past has been, there have been some lingering things I feel like that we might have been holding on to, and we just, for those of you I feel like who haven't been able to tap into this Queen of Pentacles energy. But this, like I was saying, this is all available to you. If this person just turned around, there are 2 cups right behind you there, and honestly, if you, I mean really, I feel like you should be able to see from even the direction that they're looking, but there's a whole river flowing in front of you, homie. Look. And that's kind of how I feel like with, and not that I'm coming at you, Capricorn, but I feel like if we haven't been feeling like we've been able to tap into this energy, we've been thinking about it, but it's still not quite manifesting like maybe like we think it should. Maybe it's about maybe letting go of that conception of like what you think it is. Because when it comes to intuition, this is something that you feel. You can think like, oh, maybe I think that was it, you know, but play around with this thing. This is going to be, it's a journey trying to figure out how that operates. But when you know, you're just going to know. It's not going to be one of those things that's like, oh, well, I guess that's it. Nope. There's not going to be any uncertainty there. And it does. That bond takes time, especially if you haven't been in touch for a while. Your higher self is just, it might have been when you tapped into this the first time, your higher self is just like, oh, wait a minute. Capricorn? Was that you? I know she's doing the most. But be patient with yourself, Capricorn. I feel like it's going to be one of those things. You realize that there's, let's do less thinking and more feeling, because you're on the right track. I feel like this is exactly what I've been talking about when we have had these discussions about intuition, especially last week. This is exactly what I meant for that. So, you know, I say for all of you, you know, because this is within all of you, good work, you know, because we're taking steps and oh man, Capricorn, that's what I like seeing here. I love watching the soul tribe grow. Now let's get to the third card here, your higher self. Now let's see. Oh, did I end up finishing? Pretty much, yeah, avail yourself of all this energy. I'm not even sure if I finished up this 5 of Cups here. But yeah, avail yourself of all that the universe has to offer, Capricorn. Don't cling to that, what you think might, because that's what I'm getting. You're clinging to what you think is what your intuition is, but it's like, when you think you got it, there are going to be 2 more cups popping up there, and like I said, a whole river. So let's get to you. Let's get to your higher self. Higher self, where's the universe guiding Capricorn right now? Where are we trying to, what path do we need to get to Capricorn's higher self here? Okay, yeah, that's feeling good. Okay. So we got the 2 of Wands in reverse. So with this energy here, I feel like in order to how to get to your higher self is about taking that action, you know, taking those steps. And I don't mean like taking like a grand step, you know, again, this is not going to be something that's going to happen overnight, but I do feel like taking that initiative, because when you look at this card here, he's got the world in the palm of his hand. And the thing too, this isn't a gender specific reading, so absolutely you're a queen. Absolutely this applies to you, because you have the world in palm of your hand and you have the freedom to utilize it. You know, this is stuff, again, that you can avail yourself of this. And this is the Mars and Aries here. So this is exalted energy, or excuse me, dignified energy. And it's just the 2 of Wands in general. It's just about that spark, that drive, that oomph, you know, to take those steps into getting to your higher self. So really now, now that I feel like the realization is settling in, because I definitely feel like in this Queen of Pentacles energy, in this past stuff here, that even if we're not sure how that looks, it's on our mind. And now it's just like keep following that rabbit hole. Don't let it might come in waves. That's how it starts. It's just like your higher self is like, well, you haven't listened to me for a while. Let me make sure that you're paying attention. Let me throw something over here. Let me throw something over there. Let's throw it, and then I'm going to point it at you this way. And I feel like it's not necessarily testing you. It's just seeing what ways, now that you're opening yourself up to it, I feel like it's trying to figure out what's the best way to communicate with you, if that makes sense. You know, where your higher self, just like you're playing around with this energy here, your higher self is doing the same thing. As above, so below. You're finally trying to meet your higher self halfway. So it's just like, oh crap, okay, let's do this thing. Yes, Capricorn. So let's I'm with this reading so far. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to your fourth card here. Let's see what challenges that you might be coming to. What's preventing you from getting to this higher self state here? Higher self, what is preventing Capricorn from reaching their higher self? You know, what is it? What are some obstacles or some hurdles that Capricorn seems to be running into? Let's see what's going on here. Oh, okay. We got the Five of Wands. And I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's kind of like what I was talking about with how your higher self is like looking for different ways to get in touch with you here. I feel like there's a lot of, I'm getting a lot, like some, I don't feel like this is like real heavy chaos, but I'm getting like some mild chaos going on in your head when it comes to this energy here. Maybe even some frustration when you're getting to this energy, because you're trying to become one with yourself. And if you're not sure what avenue or, you know, what, in what ways that manifest, you could be trying all kinds of ways and seeing what sticks, and when it doesn't happen, you get to this combative state where it's just like, man, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working, and it's just like it's like a bunch of people fighting with wands and rods in your head. And as crazy as that analogy is, I'm sure that's how crazy that feeling is. So I feel like with this challenge is, you know, let's try to maybe get to a place of just try to quiet the mind a little bit. And however you do that, whether it's in, let's say, for example, getting out in nature, you know, well, if you can. Where I'm at, it's cold as all get out. But however you kind of calm your mind, whether that be getting out in nature, meditating, cooking, dancing, singing, you know, however that looks like for you, painting, you know, anything that I could feel like just kind of get you to that zen, because it's kind of hard to hear all the messages when you have all this like turmoil and like that in that kind of like tumultuous state. So I do feel like, you know, when we can get to a place where we can kind of calm this and assuage this feeling a little bit, because this is Saturn and Leo here. So I feel like it's like, you know, if you feel like it's almost become like a pride thing. It's like, crap, well, everyone else seems to be figuring this out so well, but what is not sticking for me? Don't compare yourself to anyone else, Capricorn, if that's what you're doing, because like I've said in the past, everyone's journey is different. You know, everyone goes at their own pace here. And considering what you're trying to tap into, Queen of Pentacles energy, take your time. It's going to come. You don't have to force it. It's within you. And I promise, you know, as soon as you start sending those signals out there, higher self is going to match you. It hears, and it doesn't even, however you connect to the source, higher self, God, Buddha, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being quite serious. You know, however you connect to that source, you know, be with that, because it's within you, and it's been waiting, Capricorn, and so have I, and I'm excited. Let's get to your fifth card here. What are some environmental influences that might be affecting you at this time? Let's see how your environment's looking. What have been some external influences that have been playing in Capricorn, seeing higher self? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, yes. Eight of Swords. So I feel like with the Eight of Swords popping up, I feel like maybe we've put in ourselves where we've set up our environment. We've almost kind of put ourselves up in a cage, or kind of set up some like barriers, or even like kind of pigeonholed ourselves. Because the Eight of Swords is about, she's got herself bound here to whatever mentalities that are like just like holding her back. Because swords have to deal with intellectual matters here, and I feel like it's about kind of seeing things from that different perspective. You can break free. I mean, she's wrapped in like mummy paper. This isn't even, it's not even like rope or anything. She could snap that thing at any time, and that's what the Eight of Swords I feel like is inviting you to do, you know, to break free from these chains. Because see, you might be feeling right now you can't tap into this intuition, because these puddles down here, this represents her intuition down here, and that might be what you're working with at right now, because that's all we've allowed ourselves to feel up until then. that's just like, okay, so think about it like this. If you, let's say your intuition is a big old, like a water tower. If you were to just punch a hole in that and just like, I want all of that, it's just going to come pouring out. It's going to flood everything. It's going to be a big old mess. Whereas with this energy, it's about, you know, we're just allowing just like a trickle to come in. We want a steady stream to kind of come in. We got to ease into this thing here, because it takes a lot of energy, and it's a different type of feeling when you start tapping into that side of you. So just be, you know, to not set up any kind of boundaries around yourself, to not to put yourself in this cage here, or to allow others to put you in this cage as well. You know, this could be where someone, you're like, hey, you know, let's say you were, you know, just started picking up meditating, for example, and you know, people are like, oh, Capricorn's meditating? That's weird. That might be weird for them, Capricorn, but if it's working for you, don't worry about any kind of external influences. This is your journey. No one else can live this but you. You are with you more than anybody else on this planet. So just be with that and understand what that means and trust that, because that is going, I feel like, is going to help you navigate through this thing brilliantly. So, because I mean, so far, I mean, we're moving along swimmingly, Capricorn. Now let's get to your 6th card here, which is going to be some personal influences, personal issues. And that has to deal with like any sort of like fears, anxieties, insecurities. So let's see what could possibly be holding back Capricorn at this time, higher self. Can we talk about some personal issues? What fears or anything? What's got Capricorn kind of worried? Let's see what's going on here. Okay. No. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's feeling better. You got the 4 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like with this popping up, I feel that I almost feel like I don't want to say you're afraid to realize what this means, but I do. That's kind of what I'm intuitively, that's what I'm getting with this energy, that we might be afraid of how this Queen of Pentacles is going to unlock here. You know, maybe, and I know that may sound silly, but I don't think so. I'm saying I don't think that sounds silly, because it's like, if you realize, if this is something that you have been starting to take this journey on, and you're feeling that difference, like there's some kind of, because I don't know how to explain it, it's not a dissonance, but there's something there where it feels like there's like a long lost friend has been found, or something along those lines. Maybe you're afraid of what that relationship might look like, or that, you know, when you get to that finish line, what does that mean next? Let's get a little clarification on that 4 of Wands energy. Higher self, can we clarify the 4 of Wands? Let's see what's that's interesting. That to be, if that's what that is, to kind of be worried about your potential. Let's see what's going on with that energy there. You got the Devil here. There you are, Capricorn. And I think it is that. I feel like I feel like you're afraid of what kind of power you have, and what that could possibly mean. And maybe the fact that you could even become, I don't want to say addicted to that, but maybe to where, you know what, maybe it could be a fear of like possibly abusing this energy. You know, you get so close to it, and then when you get there, you want to use it all the time. And then you might be afraid of just like, maybe like, oh, the universe is like, oh, you're spoiling this. You don't appreciate this thing. We're just gonna, no more, Capricorn. You're done. And no, that's not the case, Capricorn. That's not even how that works. I feel like you overexert yourself trying to tap into this thing? Absolutely. It's definitely about finding that balance here, and that's what the Devil is about. You know, it's about realizing that you're not a slave to this thing, or, you know, you're not, this thing doesn't run you. You know, it's about finding that balance, you know, of letting yourself, I feel like being with this, because this is interesting, Capricorn. If this is the case, I feel like this is just about, you got to be comfortable with however that manifests, and then learning how that relationship looks like, and really doing some introspective work with that, because this is the devil for me, the devil is really powerful energy in the deck because it requires, even if you just break it down on a basis level, you know, how it deals with addictions and overindulgence and toxicity, things of that nature. To overcome those type of behaviors, that is a moment by moment battle. That is constantly, the devil is constantly testing us in that, in the best possible way, because the devil and I have become really good friends over this journey. So I say, come at it like that, you know, treat this again as like a long lost friend. And again, you're going to have to set boundaries. You know, there are going to be times like when you're really on, and then times when you might, okay, I might have leaned too much into it. It's time to take a break, you know, just kind of pull back a little bit, because just like you need to rest up, higher self needs to rest up too sometimes, you know, tapping into that energy because it's like a muscle. If we haven't used it for a while, it atrophies. We got to train it. We got to get it back up to where we got to get it conditioned again. So be patient with yourself and don't fear your energy here. This is something to be celebrated here. Absolutely, 100%. Now, let's get to the 7th card. And this area is going to be like what you feel you should do. What is your spidey sense telling you that you should do at this time? What is not even your spidey sense, what is your Capricorn sense telling you that you should do at this time? Let's see what's going on with that. What does Capricorn feel like they should do at this time with this energy here, higher self? Let's see what's going on here. Nope. Yeah, what is Capricorn? Yeah, that feels better. Huh. So you got the 4 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like maybe for some, this is interesting. I feel like you're at this place where you, because this is a card, the 4 of Swords normally upright is a card of rest and kind of sort of like getting your boundaries here, you know, kind of a gathering yourself, if you will. But I feel like with in reverse, I feel like you want to rest, but then there's a part of you that wants to keep going. I feel like there's kind of a contradictory energy here, you know, because this is Libra energy too, but I feel like the balance is a little bit off there, Capricorn. Let's get a little clarification on that. Higher self, can we clarify the 4 of Swords? Because like what I'm intuitively getting is that I feel like you know you should rest, but there's something that's still kind of resisting that energy, you know. Let's get a little more clarification on that 4 of Swords energy there. Thank you, higher self, for this. This is yeah, I feel like you got the 9 of Wands here upright, and the 9 of Wands is about persevering through. So I feel like you're in this weird place right now. I feel like where you okay, I understand. I feel like you're in this place where you feel like you want to rest, but you're so close. You're so close because the 9 of Wands is about pushing through here. Because even these energies, they totally contradict each other. And I feel like that might be where you're at right now. You're at this place of you're trying to find that balance of like, how do I go out this thing and go get this thing, but make sure that I'm taking care of myself in the process? And I feel like that's where your gut feeling is letting you know to trust yourself. You know, when you feel like when you've hit a wall, ease back. You know, sit back, rest up. And you know what? And I want to make sure to emphasize too, really rest up, because listen, I'm bad for it too. Because it's like with this guy, even though he's resting down here, he's resting in his armor. So it's like, how comfortable are you really? You're still ready to be on at any given moment. And it's like, I feel like with this is like really about like taking the armor off and really just kind of kicking back, whether that be Netflix and chill, you know, go garden, whatever. Just like really check out for a minute and allow yourself some real rest. And I'm not saying that like I'm coming at you. I'm saying that I'm saying that because I'm guilty of it too. And this is something like just this past holiday, I had to like force myself, like I was like, you know what? It's time for an Empress weekend. I have to Empress. Like, it's self-care to the max. I'm going to a place where I can't even work even if I wanted to. So, I might have froze there, Capricorn. We're going to keep... I froze, Capricorn. At least my other camera froze. So we're going to... Oh, hold on. Okay, so... ignore all of that. We are going to we're going to keep going because we're just going to power through this because we're on a roll here. Let's get to your, but hopefully I hope that makes sense for you. You know, just find that balance between what's going to if your senses are telling you to rest up. If not, keep that energy going, because I feel like you've been putting in the work for this thing, and I know you smell it just like I do. We're getting there. We're getting to that Queen of Pentacles vibes. But let's move on to your 8th card here. And the 8th card is going to deal with what you want to do. You know, this is different than what you feel you want to do. What do you want to do? You know, so let's get that figured out. So higher self, what does Capricorn feel like they want to do at this time? Yeah, Capricorn, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I tell you, technical difficulties. What you gonna do? You got the 6 of Swords here. So the 6 of Swords for me is about, you're moving on to a new opportunity, but we're still holding on to that baggage. And I feel like what you want to do is just to be able to let all of that go. You know, let go of that. You want to be at a place where you just want to focus on your new horizon. I feel like you just want to get to this spot as opposed to like having to appreciate this journey along the way. Capricorn, now we're getting clarification time. Because I feel like what you want to do, you want to move forward, but I feel like there's still that little something holding you back there. So let's get a little more clarification on the 6 of Swords. Can we clarify that, higher self? And thank you, higher self, for all this. We're doing all right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel like we're trying to let go of some things here, and I feel like we're trying to move on, because I feel like this journey here and really this self-discovery has provided maybe some heartache, because the 3 of Swords is about just about really that thing that just kind of really hit home. That really is a card of sorrow, melancholy, just really somber kind of energy. So maybe for some, you know, this journey might have been a frustrating one. It's been one that's just like, everyone's telling me this thing, but it's just like, how do I do it? Like, I feel like I'm there, but I'm not sure. And if that's what you're telling yourself, if you feel like you're there, but you're not sure, you're almost there, because you're feeling now. We're not thinking anymore about this stuff, you know, because these swords have to deal with being in our head here. But once we start kind of feeling that stuff more, then it's like, now that journey, now we can start letting some of this stuff go here, some of that 6 of Swords energy. So that's what I do feel like. I feel like that frustration, that disappointment, all of that, I feel like you want to let all of that go and allow yourself to do that kind of healing. But let's get on to your let's get to your 9th card here, which is going to be the lessons from this journey here. So higher self, what are some lessons that Capricorn can get from this journey here? What is it that what lessons are on this journey? Let's see what's going on here. The 3 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like the lesson here is to realize that there's a world of opportunity out there for you, and there are, and not even just that. Like, it's just like there are many ways for you to access this potential that you have here, and it's about I feel like this is about being open to that, to not let how this thing can manifest, to not let the numerous ways that it can manifest overwhelm you. Just we have our goal. We know what we're trying to do, and just keep that goal in mind. And then that's going to get you to a place where then we'll be able to get some further direction here, and then really kind of like hone in on this thing and like really, really refine this skill here. That's what I'm getting with this lesson here, is that, just allow yourself to just open yourself up to all to all the ways that your higher self is trying to reach out for you, and you will notice them. The more receptive you are to this energy, the more you will notice that. So let's get to your last card here, which is going to be some advice. So higher self, what advice do we have for Capricorn at this time? What is some advice that we have for Capricorn on this journey here? Let's see what's going on. Okay, yeah, okay. No, he's all dressed in white, so you definitely can't see him. This is the Knight of Swords. I got to do something about this glare. Cameras, glares, we're getting a Capricorn. And you know what? This is about remembering. Okay, let's just talk about him. The Knight of Swords, when he's in reverse, you know, this is about keeping that open mind. You know, keeping your mind open to all the possibilities, and keeping that focus in mind. You know, we have our goal. Our goal is Queen of Pentacles, and that's what matters. You know, how do we manifest that? How do we come into that intuitive side of ourselves? Because everyone's very, you know, intuitive, but the queens are, you know, they're extra intuitive. I feel like in this deck, you know, or just in decks in general. So as long as you keep that focus in mind, and let that just be your driving force. Everything is gonna fall into place for you, Capricorn. And it's a matter of and it's hard, kind of surrendering yourself. I say keep doing your thing. You know, keep doing. You know, keep that Two of Wands, that Three of Wands, all this wand energy, even your energy. Keep that energy high. But trust that the universe is right there behind you as you're lining things up. The higher self is just like, all right, there we go. Capricorn's doing it. Now we're really, you know, it's making space for you because you're making space for it. So now everything is lining up just like it should. So yeah, I like that, Capricorn. Hopefully that resonated with you. And again, sorry for the technical thing. I was like sitting there talking. It's like, my hands have stopped moving. So, and I'm not even sure, I'm just going to leave it in. So hopefully that won't bother you too much. But yeah, that's what I got for you there. Let's do all the YouTube things. Like, share, subscribe. I'm on Facebook. Despite my camera stuff, know that I'm becoming a Facebook master. So watch out, social media. Whatever. And check out my other channel too if you have any Cancer in your placements. I have another channel, The Chariot and Friends, and that just covers we go over, I do like tarot spreads based off the lunar phases and like what sign it's in. I like to throw in a lot of varieties, just really, really fun. You know, we talk just Cancerian energy. It's a blast. So even if you don't have it in your chart, just come on over. Because, you know, Cancers are the mother of the zodiac. Capricorns are father of the zodiac. So come kick it with us, you know. Let's just hang out. But I think that's all I got for you on that. Let me go ahead and get your surprise card here. Nice. You got the World in reverse. And I know how that sounds. It's in reverse right now, because we're on that journey. But look at that. I like that it even popped up because now we can see the finish line. It's one of those things that once you get to that place and you trust that energy, Capricorn, you get that balance, there's going to be nothing you can't do. You are going to be able to get your universe, and this is your ruler here. This is Saturn. So this is one of those things. Look at that. Like I said, it's on the horizon, Capricorn. Stay true to yourself, and your world it's yours for the taking. You know, it's gonna be it's your oyster, and you will do with this. Make the most of that, okay? And don't lose that faith. So that's what I got for you there, Capricorn. Again, sorry for the technical issues. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration because you're doing the good work. And I will catch you on the next one later.